Hey friends, how's it going? This is Bailey from the Fountain Pen Ink Station. I hope everybody is doing well today. We got a bunch of snow here in Minnesota, and I think Minneapolis is going to get hit later on today. So I hope everybody travels safe. So today I'm bringing you samples from my friend Jannah, and she has a great YouTube channel, which I will link down below in the comment, like in the description, as well as where you could find this pin. It's an artist in Minneapolis who made these. So let's get started. We did an ink swap, and I'm really excited to get started in swatching these and show everybody what we have. So I 3D printed this ink stand that I created. It's got a little for your side, if you want to put on the side if you run low, and then a bunch of swap ink sample areas. So without further ado, let's get started on sampling them. The first one is going to be Ferris Wheel Press Embers of Time. And it looks like there is a shimmer in here. So, remember what I say, shake. Shake before you do it. I do have a cup of water off to my right. And I will try to clean it off the best I can. So I think today we're going to do our little snake. I'll have to look to see if this is a permanent ink. It seems a little bit thicker than I'm used to. Okay, let me zoom you in. Okay, so it looks like a nice gray shading ink, which I just did a video on gray ink, so I guess I'll have to do an updated one eventually. I have been very, very into black and gray ink. More of the gray color. Embers of Time by Ferris. And I usually do Ferris Wheel Press and then Embers of Time, so I'm doing it backwards, and it's probably going to drive me a little crazy. Make sure you can see this. Right, rinse that off really good. Okay, so that one was Embers of Time by Ferris Wheel Press. The next one is also another Ferris Wheel Press called Sugar and Spite. And I believe it's a shimmer, so I'll just shake it just in case. And friends, I'm hoping the background noise is a little bit better. I've been using my iPhone and noticing background noise. This is actually my husband's Android phone. So let me know if you've noticed a difference or not. Okay, so I'm going to do the normal way, Ferris Wheel Press. And then Sugar and Spite. I've been wanting to try this ink, so I'm really excited that she shared a sample with me. Okay, so we have that one, which is a really nice bright pink. And I'll have to see if that one's still available. Ferris Wheel Press likes to do the inks where they'll release it and then they'll pull it, and then you can't find it again. I know this one you can still find it. It's Twilight Symphony. And this one says shimmer and waterproof. So shake it. Oh, that is a very interesting color. Okay. I'm excited to see what that one looks like when it's dry. Okay, so I said Ferris Wheel Press, Twilight Symphony. I'm writing at a weird angle, so hopefully it's still legible and you can read what I'm writing. So I'm just going to put this here for my memory. Clean that off really good. So that one is Ferris Wheel Press Twilight Symphony. I'll be interested to see if there's a sheen when it dries. The Embers of Time is already pretty much dry. I was just going to see if... Okay. All right, the next one is Ferris Wheel Press Wonderland in Coral. And most of these actually might be shimmer. All right, so I did shake it a little bit off camera. I'm going to try to avoid that little splotch I made, and I'm going to move everybody up. What is your favorite ink right now? Which color are you leaning towards? Are you still leaning towards like the winterish colors? Or has anybody settled into the spring season? Spring comes late for us here. So I'm still kind of in the very much the gray, moody inks. Wonderland in Coral. That's a really pretty ink. That might have to go into my April lineup. Has anybody tried a Kobe Apricot? I think it's number 25 in their series. I really like it. I could swatch it. Maybe I'll do like a Kobe ink lineup of the Kobe inks I have. I've been wanting to pull the plug on buying a full bottle of it. Okay, the next one we have is Robert Oster Mystic Storm. Another one I've been really excited to get into a sample and try. And that's also why I like doing ink sample swaps with friends. It's a great opportunity for you to sample inks and share inks with others. Oh, hopefully that doesn't come through. Without committing to a full bottle. And I always say, like, if you're just starting out in fountain pens, samples are a great way to try a bunch of different ones to see which ones you like. Robert. Vanessa is my favorite place to get samples. And my next favorite place is probably going to be Yoseka Stationery in New York City. And bonus points, Vanessa started carrying Tonal and Limbs ink. And I think they're going to keep trying to get new ones in. Also, is anybody planning on going to any pen shows? I think the Baltimore show just finished. I really hope you were not out of focus this entire time. I apologize if that was the case. Okay, there's Robert Oster Mystic Storm. And that's just where I tried to avoid that little coral piece that I dripped. Did anybody go to the Baltimore show? If so, curious what you got. Did you get anything, any new pens or any new inks? I just realized I had another Ferris Wheel Press. This one is Land of Shangri-La. I think this is a brown shimmer. So let's make sure that you're in focus this time. If you hear any dripping, the snow is melting off my window from that snowstorm we got. Okay, Land of Shane. I want to make sure I don't spell this wrong. I'm not good at pronunciation, but at least I can try to spell the things the way they're supposed to be spelled. I kind of want to make an ink journal separate from what I already have. I have to remember who I got the inspiration from. But you write in and if it was you, let me know. But You write down your ink, and then you kind of write a story about like what the ink means and the story behind the ink. If you've done that, there's so many interesting stories on why and how these inks came to be the color they are. I think it'd be kind of fun, a fun journal idea and a fun way to use your inks. Okay, the next one is, I want to say Tianjin is just usually not part of it. I think it's just ostrich ink. I know you can find these on AliExpress and so. This one is called Purple Snowflake. Oh, Snowflakes with an S. No shimmer in this one. I have tried some ostrich inks before, but not very many. I did not leave myself a lot of room, did I? Oops. Well, that will be fun. I'm just going to put ostrich ink for sake of lack of space. Make sure you're in focus. Okay. Purple. Oh, this is up my alley, friends. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to have to see if I can find a bottle of this. Oops. I can't get over this ink. I just want to stop right now and ink it up. This definitely speaks to my gray love right now. Okay, I can't wait to see what that looks like when it's dry. The next one is also another ostrich ink. Still of the Night. Also not a shimmer. And when you're doing ink swaps with friends, you can get these Avery. I don't know if these are the Avery ones, but those are the ones I use. Avery labels. I'll show you one of my other samples. You can find them at like any box store, Walmart, or anything. I also know there's some friends in the community who also sell these, and I can't remember if Jannah does, but if she does, I'll link it below. But then you can actually see a color, so that way when you're looking in your drawer, if you have a bunch of samples, you'd be like, oh, this is at least in this color family. It's much easier to find. And I do that with my ink bottles as well, especially when you get so many ink bottles when you get into collecting. And some people don't. Like, you don't ever feel like you need to collect a bunch of inks, but if you do, that is a great way to find them easily in your drawer. Oh wow. Okay. All right. What color family should I do next? Like, I just did gray. I'm kind of wanting to do like a moody purple, kind of like this color where there's just a bunch of different shades in it. Ooh, that is really light in the writing. Still of the Night. I think it is going to dry darker than what it's going down. I hope anyway. If I had my Hikoro dip nib handy, I would probably grab it, but I don't see it. I'm going to start naming my cat Nori the Ink Goblin because she likes to steal my stuff. And if I could ever get a video of her as she's doing it, I'm going to try to get a video and post it. It's hilarious. Okay, the last ink, last but not least, is Van Diemen's Alexander. This is an ink I've been really wanting to try. Oh, that's a lot of shimmer. Okay, she cut up really good. I love Van Diemen's ink. And you know what, friends? Actually, I'm curious. Would you rather me do an ink video where I show you my ink brands, or an ink color family? I know Dandelion Diaries is starting to do color families again. She's got great videos as well, and I love how different our inks are. I can link her below as well. And she just did one on like a pinkish red colors, which I don't have a lot of. So I'd have to do my reds with my pinks. Not pinkish reds, just I would have to do pinks and reds together because I just don't have a lot of red inks. Okay, the lazy or the fox. I wanted to do my other one, but I don't think I had enough. I didn't think I'd have enough room, so I'll just do this. What is this? Seriously, friends? Oh boy. Okay. All right, the fox jumped over the lazy dog. Let's just ignore it. Let's just ignore that. You know, mistakes happen. Okay, I'm gonna let these dry, and then we will come back and see how they are. My son has a appointment, so I have to take him. So when they get back, I will show these off. Okay, friends, we'll be back after a bit. Thank you. Hey, friends. All right, welcome back. All right, so these had time to dry, and my lighting is actually kind of optimal right now. So, reminder, these are from Jannah, my friend. Sent me these lovely samples. Okay, let's see if we can zoom in. First one is the Ferris Wheel Press Embers of Time. There is a little shimmer. I'm not sure if it'll pick up. Oh, yeah, right there. Oh, right here. And the next one is Sugar and Spite. It's a very pretty pink. And then Ferris Wheel Press Twilight Symphony. This is a waterproof one. It's like a blue, a blurple. There we go. We'll call it blurple. Blurple. All right, the next one is Ferris Wheel Press Wonderland and Coral. This will be a really good one for the spring. It's like a corally yellow color. Next one is Robert Oster Mystic Storm. That's really up my alley. It's a nice purple. I have to, I want to compare that to Sydney Lavender. And then we have Ferris Wheel Press Land of Shangri-La. Let's see if we can get that shimmer to show. That is really pretty ink. And then here's the one I was like really obsessed with when it was going down is Ostrich Ink Purple Snowflakes. That is definitely an ink that is up my alley. It is a purplish gray. You know, it reminds me of Lady Grey from Diamine. And then we have Ostrich Still of the Night. And then Van Diemen's Alexander. Check out that shimmer. I'm not sure if I'm seeing it in the writing, but I can a little bit on the Alexander part. Okay, friends. What does everybody think of the samples? Have you done an ink swap before? If so, I'd be curious how that went and what your thoughts were. And this community has just been an awesome place to get to know people and share our love of interest for fountain pen ink and fountain pens. I hope that everybody has a great day or night where you are. I hope that you remember that you matter and that you're important. And with that, I will let everybody go. I have to take my son to his doctor's appointment, and he's got all of his friends in the other room. So I'm a teenage boy. So, all right, I'm going to go do that. I'll see you later, friends. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be curious which ones you guys like. I think my favorite would probably be Ostrich Ink Purple Snowflakes. And then followed by that, I think would be the Embers of Time. I'm just in that very moody gray point in life right now. I know once spring comes, it'll change. But for now, those are my two favorite. Which ones do you guys like? Thanks, friends. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, friends. I just want to pop in real quick and show the Sydney Lavender compared to the Mystic Storm. You can see the Sydney Lavender is a lot more purple. I really like this Mystic Storm, so I think that's going to have to go on my bottle wish list. You can kind of see here they're very similar, except for in the writing. Robert Oster is darker, so I found that very fascinating. I do think this is probably just dried a little funky. So I think it is a little bit darker than that in the swatch. It just dried weird. Maybe I had too much water on it. And then I wanted to show the Kobe apricot because I was talking about it earlier. So here's the Ferris Wheel Press Wonderland and Coral compared to Kobe apricot. What does everybody think? I've been working my way through my sample. This is how much I have left. See, that's about halfway through. I only ink this up maybe twice, 2 or 3 times a year, and I usually put it in one of my I only have 2 orange pens, so I don't ink it up very often. So I don't know yet if I'm going to get a full bottle or if I'll just keep getting samples. I just wanted to show how gorgeous this ink is. It's so vibrant and so peachy. So I might have to ink them. They're both so different. I might ink them both up for the spring. All right, friends, I just wanted to show that real quick. All right, again, have a good day. Bye.